Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are taking a seriously uncomfortable look at the hidden architecture of the modern job market. We're talking about the silent gatekeepers, the ones you've probably been battling without even knowing they exist.
Yeah, the invisible wall.
Exactly. If you've ever spent, hours polishing a resume, going over every single bullet point, only to send it into what feels like a total black hole.
Which is most people's experience.
Right. Then this deep dive is for you. Because according to the research we've pulled, you probably weren't wasting time on the writing. You were wasting it on the delivery.
That's it.
And here's the premise we're starting with, and it is genuinely shocking. A staggering 75% of professional resumes are rejected by technology before a human ever sees them.
3 out of every 4.
3 out of 4, just dead on arrival.
And that 75% number, that is the single most important figure in job hunting today. It defines the bottleneck. The human element, it's just been removed from that first step.
So what's doing the rejecting?
It's the Applicant Tracking System, or ATS. And we're not talking about human judgment here. We're talking about ruthless, automated compliance checks.
Okay, so it's not, are you a good fit? It's, is your document formatted correctly?
Precisely. The sources are really clear on this. The core problem isn't a lack of experience. You might have perfect experience, actually. It's, and I'm quoting here, bad formatting and missing keywords.
Wow. So our mission today is to unpack how these systems became the first mandatory hurdle. And then, and this is crucial, how specialized AI tools are now being marketed as the required workaround to bypass the robots.
You have to learn the machine's language before you can even hope to talk to the human on the other side.
Let's get right into it. The ATS gauntlet. That's what we're calling this first part. Why is this 75% rejection rate so catastrophic for good candidates?
Well, the implication is just enormous. It means the best person for the job often doesn't even make it into the pool for consideration.
They're filtered out for things that have nothing to do with the job itself.
Zero bearing. This isn't skill matching, it's document structure matching.
Okay, so let's get specific. When we say bad formatting, what does that actually mean for someone building their resume? Because people buy these, really slick, visually appealing templates.
And that's often the trap. The ATS is, it's built for text extraction. It doesn't care about visuals.
We can't see pictures.
It can't. So if you use things like graphic headers, tables, a 2-column layout, even certain fonts, anything that looks modern to a human eye can actually trip up the ATS.
So it can't read the information properly.
Right. It tries to parse the text into its little boxes, name, experience, dates, and if it can't, it might just score the whole thing as junk, unreadable.
So that beautiful template with the icons and the cool timeline.
That could be the very thing getting you rejected. Wow. Absolutely. Think of it like a very, very literal and dumb automated editor. It expects a plain, predictable structure. If that structure is broken, the information is just lost.
And then the other killer missing keywords. This one feels, almost more insidious. It's acting like a search engine.
It is a search engine, a very specific one. It's running a search against the text in the job description.
So give me an example.
Okay, say the job description asks for Agile Scrum Master methodologies, but your resume just says you managed Scrum teams.
Which is the same thing, to a person.
To a person, yes. But the ATS might not make that semantic leap. It was told to look for a specific phrase, you didn't have it, and boom, you fail the check.
That sounds like you need to be a technical writer, not a job applicant.
It really does. But we have to connect this back to why the system even exists. Why are these filters so ruthless?
Information overload. Companies are just drowning in applications.
Exactly. A big tech company opens one role and they can get 1,000 applications in a few days. No human recruiter can read all of those.
So the filter has to be brutal, otherwise the whole system just grinds to a halt.
Right, and that forces job seekers into this sort of arms race. Extreme optimization is now required just to earn the right to be judged by a human.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. And that brings us to the next stage of this deep dive, the counter response.
A market solution.
Yeah. Whenever you build a wall that high, someone starts selling ladders. And the commercial solution our research highlighted is called the ATS Master Prompt.
Okay.
It's marketed not just as a template, but as an expert AI prompt. Basically a personal resume generation engine.
So this is where the market adapts. We're moving beyond static ATS-friendly templates. Now we're seeing tools that use the power of large language models.
Like ChatGPT or Gemini.
Exactly. They take that raw power and they guide it with very specific proprietary instructions.
Okay, let's clarify that. I use ChatGPT. why would I need a separate master prompt? What's the real difference between me just asking it to write a resume and using this tool?
And that's the whole value proposition. Think of ChatGPT as this highly skilled but very naive writing intern. It can write anything. The master prompt is the detailed instruction manual you give to that intern. It says, okay, structure the document exactly like this, prioritize these industry acronyms, format the output to satisfy the automated editor.
The ATS.
The ATS. The prompt has the secret sauce. It claims to, and I quote, force any LLM to create resumes that are both perfectly ATS compliant and keyword rich.
So you don't need to be a prompt engineer. You just copy and paste this master instruction set, feed it your own experience, and the AI does all that optimization work for you.
That's the promise.
And the price point. It's listed as on sale for $25.50. For someone desperate, that's nothing.
It's a very low barrier to entry for what they're selling. And look at the deliverable. It's a docx file, just 10 kilobytes.
Tiny.
Because the value isn't software, it's the knowledge. It's the specific sequence of instructions in that tiny file designed to beat the algorithm.
It's the key to the digital gate, which leads us to the value proposition. This is where they speak directly to the job seeker's frustration.
Claim number one is all about efficiency. Generate unlimited custom resumes in minutes. It's about collapsing hours of painful work.
And that directly addresses application burnout. The old way was, spending 2 hours tailoring each application for 10 jobs. The new way is submitting 100 applications, each one instantly tailored and keyword optimized.
That volume and precision lead to their second promise, which is to maximize your interview chances for any outrole.
And what's interesting there is the any role part. The tool is industry agnostic. The LLM is already a universal writer, and the prompt just makes sure the output, whatever the industry, meets that rigid ATS structure.
So it's selling control back to the job seeker in a process that feels completely random.
Absolutely. The strategic promise is stop wasting time on applications that go nowhere and take control of your career path. It's about restoring a sense of agency.
But let's push on that a little, because this sounds like an AI arms race. The ATS wants to find the best candidate. If these prompts are just forcing LLMs to stuff in keywords,
aren't we just incentivizing people to exaggerate their skills to satisfy the machine?
I mean, that is the natural and, you could argue, the inevitable consequence of this system.
Right.
When an algorithm is the first gatekeeper, the immediate priority becomes defeating the algorithm. The tool is designed to bypass the robots first, then impress the human.
Which creates a feedback loop.
It does. As the prompts get better, the ATS systems will have to get smarter at detecting AI optimization. And so the arms race between the hiring software and the job seeker's AI tool just escalates.
So for now, the competitive advantage is clear. Bypass the robots, impress recruiters.
And once you do that, once you get past the algorithm, the recruiter sees a document that looks perfect to them. It's already optimized with the keywords they wanted to see, which makes their job faster and your impression much more positive.
You win the technical fight, then you win the human fight.
That's the strategy.
Okay, so to wrap this deep dive up, let's just nail down the key takeaway for you, the listener. The entry barrier to the modern job market isn't just about your qualifications anymore. It's fundamentally about technological compliance with the ATS.
Yeah.
And because of that brutal 75% failure rate, a whole new market for tools like the ATS Master Prompt has appeared, designed just to defeat these systems.
And this raises a really essential question for your own career path. If the primary skill for getting your foot in the door is now algorithm optimization, not persuasive writing for a human,
Right.
What does that mean for the future of all application materials? Does the cover letter, the human narrative part, just become obsolete?
Do recruiters end up just looking at portfolios and technical tests, assuming the resume is just a perfectly optimized AI-generated fiction?
It's a real possibility.
Pretty unsettling thought.
Yeah.
It's one you really need to grapple with. You have to consider how much technology is shaping your career path and whether having the right AI tool is becoming just as important as having the right degree.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.